Welcome back to Case Closed Anime Review, episode number 68. This I'm reviewing the 900th and I believe this is the 62nd episode. The the target is the Police Traffic Department Part 2 and the 1049th chapter of the manga. It's unbelievable. Yeah, I'll get to this one, what goes on this particular chapter. Now, as for the new episode itself, now I did check. This one finishes up chapter 1013. It adapts pretty much the last, 7 pages, I think it was. Yeah, finish up that chapter. And adapts almost the entirety of chapter 1015, except for the last 3 pages. Well, it actually stops at the first panel of the 15 pages of the chapter. Now, what happened in this episode? Mostly put, episode picks it like Dick were last week episode for Yami. That's the name of the detective, the officer from the track department when she's leaving the crime scene, and make her remember. Oh yeah, it was because she thought the one you were talking to the karaoke the previous night. She talking to Yumi, her partner. Turns out it was actually a different Yumi working as a hostess. Yeah, and they asked, does anybody have a grudge against? 2 people, oh, there were 3 traffic light violators. They list them off in the episode. One of them might be the actual killer. I'm not gonna say who it is. One guy was crying. One guy was riding a motorcycle. The other one, basically, I think it was in a panic, looking for a stock institute later. Yeah. So, yeah, but then we have Yumi, and you have Yuta basically go confront the actual killer, which they do show still with the mask on, and it's you're the one who killed Toko, and he kind of confirms it. Yep, he did it. And then he's shocked, and he's basically, because he's about to go to tell her himself, and he's nah, I'm not gonna do that. So he shocks her, and then throws her off the freaking building. That's not a joke. And she somehow still climbs to life. She's about to call 7115. Though, by the way, in case you're wondering, that plot point is not wrapped until the next week episode, what the heck that number is. He then smashes the phone, drops 100 yen, and leaves. It apparently also took time to turn her face facing the other direction. Yep, and then of course Keba and Santos just happened to be coming across the scene. I should point out though, for Santos, this is the first time you see in the anime since the Burning Tent Part 1. That was episode 906. So it has been some time since he's actually been seen in this series. At least, I think about 60 episodes since he was last appeared. Well, I think it's been 66 episodes since his last appearance. Though the obvious question is, where's his smoking hot girlfriend? The answer, she's not here. She's not in the arc at all. Yeah, it's the first time in quite a while she's actually showed up where she has not shown up in the series. I mean, last time we showed up was a freaking cameo. This was basically a brief scene. We get for the superintendent, who also had not been seen since the Burning Tent 2-parter. Yeah, that was his last known appearance in the series. Actually, scratch it. He was seen in the search for Mari-chan 2-parter, just prior to this. So I think his last known physical appearance was back in episode 942. So for him, it's been 30 episodes, not freaking 66 like it was with freaking Santos. And you guys are reason who this person is, and discuss we might have a super killer. And we see Sato basically explains what was going on, and of course McGuire's there too. Yeah, takes him 2 episodes into the final make appearance. He didn't appear in last week's episode, he did appear in this one. Yeah, and also it's mentioned that apparently there was an incident that took place a week prior to this, and one of the places that the incident took place was actually at a street near a detective agency. Oh wait, this is a week ago. Moore was off on vacation with neighborhood association. But he's Amuro might know something. Yes, definitely. So he goes to talk to her and the beautiful waitress. Yep. And they remember the incident very well. They don't remember exactly who these people's names were, but they do remember the people. That's the whole thing revealed exactly. Now, the first guy basically was in a hurry because his girlfriend was panicking. The second guy basically was hurried to stop his ex-wife's new boyfriend from beating the crap out of her. The other one was basically panicking because his sister was being stalked and he had to basically go protect her. Mm-hmm. Yep. And then after Conan figures out exactly what it all means, he leaves and you see Amuro texting somebody. Who he's texting is probably his boss. It's probably not anybody from the black organization because I highly doubt he'd be texting them at this point because why would they know anything about a policewoman? They're probably not interested in policewomen getting murdered. Yeah, they have no interest in that at all. He might know somebody in because he's a public security officer, so he might be contacting his boss. I'm not gonna say who it is because they actually reveal a little bit later who it is. And Cole basically rides up on his skateboard. Yeah, the only gadget he uses the whole episode. I mean, he doesn't use his boat or any of his old fancy gadgets. I mean, the skateboard, I think it's the first time in quite a while it's been seen in the series. Yeah, I think last time I think it may have shown was back in a Phil episode, but that was pretty much it. Though apparently it's able to power up and move despite the fact there's no freaking sun. Yeah, I thought that was quite odd, but maybe it's actually a special charge, basically, so you can use it at night. And then Sato shows off the pictures of Yamato, Yumi, and Miko. And it kind of shows what could happen. And of course, she had to run off, and then Yumi basically is getting a phone call from somebody like, oh, I work his number. Who is it? Her boyfriend! Yep, who was worried about her. Because he kept calling her, like, they're not technically officially dating at this point, but yeah. Currently, basically, these two are dating in the manga, but yeah, so he's worried about her, and it's like, you should focus on your shogi match and worry about me. And Miko, of course, basically just goes off someplace, and Yumi basically takes her mini patrol car out someplace, and the episode ends with confronted by some mysterious person. Yep, pretty good episode. We got hand to. Now, the only slight change they made here is that there's a lot more outside of the guy's apartment than it was seeing the actual manga itself. Aside from that, visually, the thing looks pretty similar to how it was put in the manga. Very similar dialogue, per se. Yep. But now moving on to new chapter in the manga. It's unbelievable. The cover image features Vermouth and Mary. We pick up exactly where the last chapter left off, where they're in front of the building that was used in the James Bond film War Is Not Enough. Says, yeah, you take this drug now, and we're gonna kill you. And they think, okay. And they're basically talking for a while. I guess basically they refer to him as sexually. So she basically puts the pill in her mouth by kissing her. Yep. And forcing the pill down her freaking throat. And the guys, when they're like, apparently they say nothing to this at all. Yeah, they say nothing to this. Matter of fact, they just stand there seeing that their boss just kissed the woman. Yeah. And then she basically starts nearly dying as she falls off and falls in the water. And then we see Sarah sitting in a hotel room. Like, huh? Who are you? It's me. They forced a strange spell on me, turn me into this, but it's me, Mary, your mother. Really? Is that you really my mother? Yeah, and that was the end of the flashback. And we go right back to the crime scene. The one where a guy got killed at a model's birthday party. Yeah, it's unbelievable. Yeah, there's a gag basically from a video review series I watch, OSW Review, where they poke fun at Vince McMahon, where he keeps saying, "It's unbelievable." Heck, they even do montage, basically, like, one particular pay-per-view. Like, how many times he says it, like, there was a joke he said, like, one pay-per-view, like, 23 times. Yeah. And first it's basically, well, first Sarah says it, and of course Ren says it too. And they'll talk about basically how the guy, they kind of recap basically what happened last year. The guy basically gets the party, and of course he gets poisoned, for some mark on his forehead, and the chef basically shoving the cake. And then Conan and Sarah sneak over to the table, and Maguire basically is there. It's like, any place is poisoned? Like, nope. Forensics just found fun about it. Talk about various pieces of cake, and they go see a mark on the floor. Oh, the strange boxing behind Yumi and Remy. Same as here before. How because it was murder, right, Conan? Yep. I have to take a video when they were one of the candles of the cake. See, no stain there. Indeed, this is an easy. Wait, don't get to the crime scene willy nilly. Nah, just leave. Yeah, the thing is, Maguire himself has never actually. This is the first time he's ever actually told me to leave a crime scene, because normally these two just show up and, like, he usually just doesn't question it while they're there. This is the first time I can think he told them to leave. I can think of, because normally he just allows them to do what they want without messing up the crime scene. And he mentions, oh yeah, so it's up our luggage box underneath the seat. Before I say she was supposedly noticed right away, but someone might purse for it. It belongs among suspects. Remy had a handkerchief and eye drops in her, then to treat her dry eye. Ham basically a smartphone, cigarettes, and oil lighter. Basically a cigarette lighter. And they talked to him, and pretty much the remaining of the chapters, him basically discussing, like, what they were doing this whole period of time. And Takagi he suspects that maybe the chef has something to do with it. All over a freaking marker. Yep, the marker. Yep. Yep, apparently the marker actually was supposedly Yumi's, but she borrowed her assistance. And it turns out the assistant borrowed from him, and, well, that was it. Like he might be it, but there's more to meets the eye. Yeah, but it's an interesting chapter. And it's really good. I give this chapter roughly a 9.5 out of 10. Normally I give it a 9, but I had to give the extra 0.5 because of Vermouth kissing Mary. Yeah, who knew Vermouth was into basically both guys and girls? Who knew she was bisexual? But this is the writer, mind you. I mean, this is nothing unusual for her. She knows using seductive tactics on everybody. So why not? So yeah, at least that Conan has something in common with Mary. At least they both had encounter with a member of the Black Organization before they were put to stuff. At least that Vodka didn't kiss Seiichi before he putting the pill in his mouth. Nope, he just basically bopped the baseball bat, basically forced it with his hand. Yeah, that makes more sense than kissing him. For Vermouth doing to Mary, that makes perfect sense. Yes. But since when did the Black Organization ever reach in London of all places? Because normally they're basically set in either the United States or Japan, but the United Kingdom, that's a bit unusual. Since when they ever reached that far? Who knows? Because it's never really been dealt with exactly how far their reach goes. But apparently they have agents in Europe. Okay, interesting. We get a little more advancement in the case stuff, but yeah, but at least we finally figured out how Mary was turned into a child. Yeah, Vermouth did it. Yep, Vermouth. Which, Come to think of it, I don't think Vermouth has ever had a face-to-face encounter with Sarah. Yeah, never has, surprisingly. And she's never had face-to-face encounter with Mary either since she was returned to a child. Yeah. I know Vermouth basically knows about Conan being a Sichi. She knows that. She's like one of two people who know from the organization, the other, of course, being Amuro. I think in the case of Vermouth, the only reason why Conan basically lets her, he's less of a threat to him, because he has to deal with her. Yeah. And plus also due to the fact that she is also his mother's best friend. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised though if Vermouth found Sichi attractive when he's well, basically his teenage form, because that's her. And it's also been hinted in the series that maybe Amuro may have a thing, may want to basically take Vermouth to his bed at some point because of how good the chemistry is. I wouldn't be surprised if it was revealed that Amuro and Vermouth basically were previous lovers. I wouldn't be surprised about this, but I think she's supposed to be slightly older than he is. He's supposed to be probably in his mid to late 20s. She's allegedly supposed to be in her 50s. But how she looks so young was actually explained by Sichi's mom that apparently was done through CGI. How the heck does CGI work on a real life person? In real life, especially for movies. Yeah, that was explained back in the Jet Black train arc. Yeah. But not much else to say about this particular chapter or the newest episode of anime. Looking forward to the next chapter when they come out. Yeah, I'm hoping that this current arc for the manga actually is more than just 4 chapters. Because that's the way the last few arcs have been. It's only been 4 chapters. And I'm definitely looking forward to the next chapter when it comes out this coming week. Yeah, otherwise, that's really it for this particular review. I still got a few more videos to do today. My next video I'm hoping to do will be One Piece. And Boruto, Demon Slayer, well, My Hero Academia Chef the manga. I might do the 2 manga chapters probably after I do One Piece. Yep. But until you see my next review, also hopefully do Inuyasha as well, okay? Do you see you in the next video. Bye.